I'm standing here today with the 2024 All-Metro Girls Basketball Player of the Year. Mia, talk to me a little bit about what it means to kind of get this honor.
It's a really cool honor to get it, especially after getting it last year and getting it again this year. It's just really cool and just shows like things I've accomplished.
This season was one where your whole team kind of learned on the way to the state title. Talk to me about some of the adverse moments your team kind of faced this year.
We actually faced a lot of adverse moments. One of our key defensive players went out early in the year, and it was kind of just like who's going to fill her shoes, and we just had to come together as a team to like continue playing and doing what we do.
That James River game at the beginning of the year, I feel like that was a game where your team really learned a lot about yourselves. What do you remember from that game?
What I remember from that game is like one, it was very early in the season, and it really just set a marker for us in saying like we can say who we say we are, but we have to prove who we are at the same time.
Absolutely. Women's basketball as a whole has just grown so much around this area this year and nationally in general. What's it like to kind of see that, and now next year going to Georgia, being able to be a part of that?
One, like for the area, it's actually really cool to see because I feel like especially like this like wave of girls basketball has really like set it off, especially in like the 804 area at least. Like literally this all metro team alone, like we've really like put 804 girls basketball on the market. And then nationally, it's actually really cool. Like the national championship being 18.7 million views or something. It's freaking crazy. And then I'm about to go to the SEC and literally play South Carolina, who's getting these crazy views and stuff, which is like beyond incredible.
Going to Georgia, this time last year, you had offers in the air, but you didn't have anything set in stone. So now coming into this year, having Georgia, getting ready for that, just how much for you has kind of changed in the last year?
Definitely going into my senior year with Georgia, like already committed to Georgia, has definitely changed the way I was playing. Because like I feel like you do play different from trying to achieve offers than already having it and already knowing where you're going.
And then this year, or maybe across your whole career at Manchester, how do you think your game has kind of evolved from where you started to now?
I definitely feel like my game, like just like how my capability of like taking over a game almost, and like just like my like defensive wise, like definitely in my beginning years I was like a reckless player. I was young. I always in foul trouble, always this and that. But like as I developed as a player, I just became more disciplined as a player.
And then this year, getting the state title, talk to me about the beginning of the playoff run. What was the mentality in the locker room like? Were you guys, was this something you absolutely believed you could achieve?
Absolutely, because like I mean, losing last year really like put a mark, like it like put something in us that's like we cannot lose this year. And then going throughout the playoffs, we just knew like nobody can lose.
Winning the state title, what was that feeling like?
Incredible. Like it's something that like not everybody gets to experience in their high school career or like ever in their life. So it's really nice to be able to, especially be the first in history too.
Right. Absolutely. And to do it alongside some of your best friends, to be the first in history to bring this here, how big of an impact is that for you?
Very cool because like now we're the benchmark. Everybody's gonna look back on us. When they look up on the banners and stuff, it's always gonna be the team. And honestly, we're probably gonna be Coach Rashid's favorite team ever. So.
And talk to me about some mentors that you've had along the way.
I don't know the answer.
And then maybe do you have like a favorite game in particular from your career, either this year or throughout your whole career here at Manchester?
Well, someone I definitely like, a player that I definitely love is like Brown Stewart or Mia Woolfolk. There's two players that I've always looked up to. So.
And then maybe going into Georgia next year, how, I don't want to say how excited are you because obviously it's a huge thing to do, but how ready are you to kind of take the next step in your game?
I'm definitely ready, and I feel like going into like the SEC and stuff, it's a really like good spot for me to show how to actually be able to play down here. And how I'm able to battle with some of the best girls in the country.
After that first James River game, I talked to Coach, and he said, you guys learned so much about yourself, and you learned that was never going to really happen again. And so through the end of the season, through the stretch, beating Thomas Dale twice, how much confidence did that give you, and how did you think your whole team kind of fed off that energy?
So going back to James River, I feel like it's we knew we had to be a better team, and then coming off of our second loss at Boo Williams to I forget their name, but coming off of them, it was like, dang, hold on, I'm messing up. Okay, wait, where do you want me to pick up off?
You can pick up wherever.
Then coming off of our second loss, we realized that we still had a lot of learning to do, and ever since our second loss, we were a different team going forward.
And lastly, you know, leaving Manchester, are there any memories you're going to be the most fondest of?
Probably my sophomore year playing Monacan. It was one of those games that came down to the buzzer, and like my teammate missed a free throw, and I like put it back up at the buzzer, and it was just a really good game, great atmosphere, a very fun game.